Shake it up.
What's up, guys? How you doing, man? How was your vacation?
It was good.
Nice.
It was good. Went to Ohio,
nice.
the cat capital of the world, I think. There's literally, dude, I'm telling you, the cats there run that city. Like, we had a cat. We went out for breakfast, like, Sunday morning, and there was a cat that literally escorted us, like, through the neighborhood.
Was it a
And
stray cat?
no, it was definitely like a domestic cat. Like, it had a leash on and everything. Not a leash, like a collar on. And
Was it Matt?
I have the video, dude. It followed me. It followed me and Dave up to this driveway, but then at that driveway, it stopped and it like kind of started to get like nervous. I think that must have been like the kingpin's house or something like that. You know,
Must
like
have that
the
effect on cats.
Yeah.
the cat of the town that ran the cult must have lived there, and so he's like, "Yo, I can only escort you to this
After
this
that,
part of
it
the
was
neighborhood."
some other
Yeah.
cats like territory.
Yeah, I think it was that cat's territory. So he's like,
Well,
"I gotta let you go."
We're gonna cheers to that because you made it back safe and you did not get pulled into a cult of cats. So
You're right.
welcome
You're
back.
right. And that's Columbus that we're talking about. I took a little. Oh, that's good. I took a little vacation to Columbus, Ohio. It was my best man's 30th birthday, so
That was cool
I had
if
to
you
go
did.
visit him.
Yeah, you were saying he wasn't gonna do anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was just saying like, yeah, I was probably just gonna
What's his
hang out. and
what's
I
his
said,
name?
Dave.
Dave,
You'll meet Dave.
30 years old, and you didn't want to do anything.
For Alex's 30th, we went wild in Portland.
Wild.
Really?
Like everything was Alex themed. Like Lexi got all these koozies and like, what else did she have?
Oh, koozies, all the balloons, the
Yeah,
balloon like
Alex's
banners,
face on everything.
balloon
I
face
still
things,
use that koozie to this day. It's
which
my
I think
favorite
is
koozie.
sick. We gotta get you one. I'll give you one.
Yeah. I guess I underperformed then. I should have got Dave some like.
Dude, no, you went all
stuff
out.
with his
You had the
face on it.
sash. We were watching. We were
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
snooping.
Yeah,
on the
so we went
story.
to the Ohio State football game. That stadium is huge.
That looked
Like-
insane.
That looks sick.
Yeah, it fits like over 100,000 people in it. I
Wow.
mean,
Really?
that's
Wow.
that's huge.
That's
Yes.
massive, especially
And,
for college. But it's Ohio.
oh,
so it makes
yeah.
sense.
Yeah, I mean that trip was a lot of fun. But I swear, if I see another high noon pineapple flavor, I'm running the other
My
way.
favorite.
I had so many high noon pineapples that the pineapple
This
industry
is called a
is
low
now.
noon. So
What is it?
It's
A
a
low
low
noon?
noon.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
low noons are pretty cool. They're not
Mine-
as high as
I have a
as
high,
high
midnight.
noons, but
High midnight
oh,
right here.
nice.
Well, it's
That's
funny they
good.
call it a
That's
high
good.
noon, but like it's a very even keeled drink. Like you could drink them all day. You go up a little bit
Yeah,
nicely.
they're solid. I like
and then
them a
they
lot.
let
Yeah.
you down.
You got me
know,
into those.
slowly at the end of the
Yeah.
I
day.
think I'm pretty sure.
I just like
Yeah.
about a year and a half ago, maybe a little bit longer now. I stopped drinking beer. I
Yeah,
thought I was
yeah.
allergic to something in it, so I don't know if it was the hops or something in it, but I just felt like the next day I felt my throat swelling up.
Oh, really?
So I stopped drinking them and I just switched over to like all seltzer. So I was doing like White Claws and High
Okay.
Noons, and that's kind of been my
White
thing.
Claws and
That and,
High
like,
Noons.
obviously like whoa,
Mm. that was a good pitch right there.
wow.
I don't know my
Speaking of
singing
pitch.
terms, but the pitch was good.
How are you feeling after hearing that?
I'm feeling like I need another
Go
sip.
home.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
these
so
are, these are good.
they are good. So to let the fans know, our viewers know, it's basically a classic espresso, but with dairy and Danny doesn't really mix too much. Too
Danny
well.
plus dairy
So what'd you put in
equals
it again?
no.
But so it's Kahlua. Shout out to Kahlua. They
They reached out
they
to us.
they did reach out. They saw the story post, so
They're-
I hope
they're
that
hyped.
helps. They are hyped. That they're gonna see this, and then I'm gonna want to talk to them. I want to say, hey man, hey woman,
Man, is the
Yeah.
guy's name
hey man, hey woman,
Joe Kalua?
yeah. But and then I added some chocolate milk, and I put a couple of mini chocolate chips on the top. So
Fire.
delicious,
fire.
man.
Absolutely
Yeah.
delicious. Yeah. I could
Yeah.
drink 10 of these.
Just be careful, because I was drinking. You can see it on here.
Chocolate.
Yeah, I was swallowing the chocolate bits, and I was just like, "What the hell is that?" And
We
I
have
was
to
like,
give you the Heimlich
The
later
little,
tonight.
yeah, the little bird turd.
the bird turds. I like that. It was a good little crunch.
Yeah.
Usually
so how
it's
do you,
coffee beans, but
So how do you brew like the espresso that you put in this? Is it just
so we haven't been making espresso lately because when I packed in the
Mhm.
grinds,
mm,
we lost that. I don't know how, but we lost it. So I've just been using regular coffee.
Probably Danny.
Yeah,
Danny
I think you stole it because you wanted it.
it was real good?
Yeah,
I want to cuddle with Champ, but that was the next best bet.
and I've mentioned this to you guys before, but they always say that espresso coffee is just a scam. Like
It's a coffee.
Yeah,
right?
there's so many not ads, but like articles out there and people that say it's the same stuff. So I've just been
Mm.
using regular coffee in that espresso machine, but because I haven't been able to lately, we haven't been able to. I've just been using regular coffee, but it tastes great.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
the
very
caffeine
good.
kick that you're looking for.
That is right.
So,
Yeah.
but it makes the show, and I love starting off with these in camera, and then we switch over to something else. But
The long pour.
yeah,
Yeah. I feel like these get me talking a lot. You know what I mean?
I don't know. There's
Like
something
they get
about it.
me.
Something about the espresso martini.
Probably alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little
But
bit
we
of
like
both.
to call it boost juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boost juice from Rocket
Rocket
League.
Jesus. We got to talk about Rocket League in every episode.
I know. People are gonna be so sick of it.
I'm horrible at the game, by
Oh,
the way. Just
Same. It
horrible.
used to be awesome.
It's
No,
just a matter
no.
of playing like anything else.
Practice.
Yeah.
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 Not trying to stroke my ego here, but I used to be really good, and I
Alex
mean
was
that's
really
that's
good.
all I used to play every weekend.
Yeah.
When I first started at the job that I have just left, that we work at together, that's like all I was doing, and
While like during the middle of the day when you're
yeah, dude, I wasn't even
Working.
working. I wasn't working at all. People
Work
would come
from
by my
home.
desk and they'd be like, "What the hell's going on with this dude? I see
In
this
office.
ball, this car. He's got boost. He's got
Well, the
fire."
the
Part of the
funniest part
job.
about that is that Alex has like Xbox Live on his phone, so like we'd message each other like
Oh, yeah.
random stuff. But I'd get
Yeah.
home and get like a message from like, it's like 6 p.m. and it's like it says like 3 hours ago, Alex messaged you, and I'm like, what do you do? Like, are you playing Rocket League midday? He's like, no, I just have the Xbox app, so I can
Oh
like.
my God.
message it. It was pretty funny. It caught me off guard for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I must admit, because when I used to live at my condo, I was like 15 minutes away from work.
Yeah.
And very rarely, but I think like twice on my lunch breaks, I would shoot home, play around, and come back. But it was mostly too because I would like get something I had in the fridge
Yeah,
or something. I don't
right.
know. I had like a sub
When
or something
I used
leftovers.
to when I worked at Cyber Grants, I lived like 5 minutes away.
That's
So I had an hour
that's
lunch,
awesome.
like clock in, clock out. So I'd go home for that hour, and it would take me 5 minutes to get home. And I'd take like a 45-minute nap,
Right.
and then go back to work.
Oh,
No
that's
problem.
the
It was
best.
awesome. Or I'd go home, make lunch. Like it was just nice to get out of the office and like be
Yeah.
that close.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even have a dog then.
Yeah,
I just-
was
I
gonna
don't
say,
know.
Maybe you're coming home to let Champ out. But
No, and also too. I mean, you hear the scary stories of your lunch or like your snacks being stolen from the fridge
Yeah.
from
the
someone.
fridge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all of a sudden like, dude, I had like a bag of goodies here. Well, where the hell did it go? And then it's someone like munching down, like taking it to their like. People still do that to this day.
I know.
Even the radio shows I listen to, well, one in particular, Dave and Chuck, like I listen to them almost religiously every single day during the week, and they talk about that, and I'm like, how do people do that? And how do you know what's in it?
Yeah.
And
right?
also,
There's gotta be like a cereal like lunch. theft.
yes,
Like
yes,
one person's going in there. They're like, I know this brown paper bag that's on the
Right.
top right shelf always has like bologna and
goods.
cheese or something good, and they just take it.
Maybe
they're
they.
poisoning it with like diarrhea X, like gas X, like super
Yeah.
strength.
That's not a bad idea.
I know.
Put something in the fridge.
But that's the
and-
thing. If I was a thief, a lunch thief, I wouldn't want to grab someone else's lunch
Right.
because they may have known what has been going on.
You don't know what's in that.
And then
bag.
they're like, you know what? I'm going to tamper with it. So I'm like, oh, like let me get a sub, and I'm eating it, and all of a sudden, an hour later,
That'd
I'm in
be
a
really
meeting.
funny.
I mean, yeah,
You
it's,
put like some like
it's a good
something
idea.
that makes you something like that goes right through you.
X-Lax.
Yeah, you put X-Lax in
X,
someone's
yeah.
like sub, like you said.
yeah.
Like you put a little colonoscopy pills in there. I don't know if you guys have got one before,
That
but
was a great sub, and I didn't even need to
No,
pay
I'm not.
for it.
I'm
You're
not
like-
65.
You're about to pay for
I've already
it
had, like,
in an
4.
hour, bro.
You
Broski.
sick pervert.
I have, yeah.
What, to loosen up the insides? Did you have a
Just
couple?
to check on things, yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to get-
Yeah,
we don't have
because
to
I
get
was
into
having
it.
some problems. You know me, I got problems with food,
Woo-hoo.
so I had to. What's that?
I went
Oh
like,
yeah,
where the sun don't shine, giving it a wake up
yeah.
call.
Luckily you're asleep, but
Oh, it's the casual ones where it's like
Casual.
6 to 12 hours, and you might get a normal. little
You ever done
push.
those like juice cleanses?
Oh yeah,
I haven't, but my brother has, and he's like he swears by him. He's like, if you're like gonna start dieting, like do this for 3 or 4 days, and like you just take it at lunch, and it just cleanses you out,
Oh really?
and then you can like start your diet and like get all the toxins and
Yeah.
bad stuff out of you that you had.
Yeah, that's probably a quicker way to just start a new diet because then
Yeah.
you get rid of all
Right,
those
you
like
flush it all
cravings and
out.
everything.
Yeah.
when I lived in New York, the girl I was seeing made 3 each. Well, 6. Was it 6 or was it 3 a day? Whatever it was.
Derek.
I took him.
Eric,
Derek,
Doug?
Eric, yeah. I was actually seeing. Her name was Eric. Yeah. Doug Eric.
Erica.
Erica. But we wanted to try that. We tried that out, and dude, I was so lightheaded. So for the first day,
Yeah.
I was okay, and then the next morning, I was starving. Like, and my head, my vision, like everything felt just not okay. So
you need fuel. You
I
need
need
fuel
fuel.
for the fire.
my
Yeah.
second day at lunch, I had it, and I'm like, I am ordering like Burger King and 7 other McChickens and fries, and I couldn't do it. But I've heard good things.
Yeah,
And I know why. I know how. I've read up like how it works, how it
Right.
flushes your system, and I get it.
I think once a year, if you can do a cleanse just to get everything out of your body, it's good for you,
Yeah.
you know. But some people
I'm
take it to the
for it.
extreme and they
Yeah.
do like, you know, a lot of fasting, and that definitely has its benefits, but not for everyone.
No.
You know,
No.
I tried intermittent fasting and I never felt worse in my life.
Okay, that's what I do,
And yeah, like it
and not really for a diet. I just
just for your overall health.
Tell us about your ice bath. You were doing that for a while.
I was, yeah.
Just like a big, like nothing like special, just some big like Rubbermaid tub you found at Home Depot or something.
No, it was on Amazon. There were these Rubbermaid containers that they're like 150 gallons.
That's
so
huge.
I just put it in my backyard.
And you're a tall guy. You're like what, 6'3", 6'4", or something?
No, 6'1" and a
Oh,
half or
well,
something.
You look
yeah.
taller than me.
that's 1.5.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I would fill it up with water and just, you know, nature, like in the winter, it would make it freezing. Like
Yeah.
I put a little rubber ducky in it that had like a thermostat, and sometimes it get down to like 35 degrees.
Did
So
you start doing it in the winter?
yeah, I started doing it in the winter, and I
That's
would do it
brutal.
after the gym.
People swear by it.
Some people do it before the gym, but I couldn't get myself to do it before the gym. I need to be like really hot to get in there. But after you do it, like your whole body just feels like different. You
And
know
it's
what
like
I mean?
5 minutes, right?
No, not 5 minutes.
Like,
I could
minute,
never
less
do.
than a minute, right?
Yeah,
Like
I would
40
do it for like a
seconds?
minute and a half until the
That's
point
crazy.
where like I would feel numb.
Yeah.
See, I would get to a point where like my anxiety would kick in. I'm like, oh my god, is my heart gonna stop? Like, so that's where
my
I
life.
would. Well, because what I would
Yeah.
do is I would take a crazy amount of pre-workout, go work out, and then I would come home and do the ice bath. So the pre-workout's
So you're
still in my
already like
system.
hyped up.
I'm hyped up, and then you get in the cold water, and you're even like
You do it after
like
the
that.
gym?
Yeah, I
Yeah, that
would
makes
do it
sense.
after.
When-
A lot of people do it before, but for me, after, it just felt better.
I can't imagine doing it before, because like when I was in high school, my brother and I would go to the gym at night, like in the winter, and we'd go
Mm.
and sit in the sauna for like a good like couple minutes, just to like let our muscles kind of loosen up. I couldn't
Mm.
imagine being like tense and going to the gym.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you
'Cause
kind of
it's
need
cons-
things to be like. That's why people stretch. It's like loosen up and get things kind of flowing. And I
Yeah.
can imagine ice.
The
helping
ice
that.
baths are like a recovery, almost, right?
Yeah, some people use it as a pre-workout though, because like if
Okay.
you've ever gotten under cold water or
Alright.
jumped into like something really cold, like it really wakes you up.
I'm awake for 48 hours.
It's also like a
But-
mental thing, right? Like it
Oh,
really
yeah.
sharpens you up and gets you like on your game. Right?
Yeah, apparently like dopamine wise, if you were to take pre-workout versus do an ice bath spikes your dopamine by like I've heard like 1,500%. I don't even know how they measure that.
okay.
But like it really spikes your dopamine more than like caffeine or, you know, anything else. So that's why people will do it before. For me, it's like a cool down afterwards because I get really hot and like at the gym and like inflamed. So like, you
I
know,
like
I go
that.
home, you know, really inflamed. And so I would go home, you know, you got a nice pump going and you jump in the cold water and you just feel like you feel different. Like you feel more like how nature would want it. You
I
gotta
get
go
what you're
with the
saying.
nature.
I
We're
know.
babied. We live in like sweatshirts and blankets and heat all winter.
Yeah.
Animals though,
Yeah, they don't.
like
Yeah.
Jimmy the Fly,
Oh,
R.I.P.
man.
Bless his soul.
Oh, Jimmy. I feel so bad about Jimmy.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well,
though.
that reminds me. So I need to clarify something.
Yeah.
And I told you this to you guys earlier. So I embellished a story, and I didn't even know I did it.
Was you
Okay.
alive when you got home?
No. It has nothing to do
Oh,
with Jimmy.
the doll.
No, it's not the
Is it
doll.
Ohio.
No, it was the school that I went to. that
You
So-
liar.
so no. I saw my mom last night at the dinner, and I said, you know, Mom, that story about like, you know, how I went to that elementary school and I was sick all the time, and we had it tested for mold, and then
Oh,
they built
yeah,
a new
yeah, yeah.
school for me. That wasn't the case.
So it wasn't mold.
No. So
It
the
wasn't for
mold,
him.
the mold was true. Me being sick was
Got
true.
It. Got it.
But they already had that school like the new elementary school in the works for like 5
They
years.
probably had the budget. They had it
Yeah.
all drawn.
They
out.
had it all
just
drawn
happened to,
out.
like rebuild it.
So you
right
weren't the
after that
whistleblower.
happened.
You didn't
Yeah.
whistleblow the
no,
situation.
no. So I embellished that story. I'm sorry to all
So
the
they-
Tingsboro people
so
that
they
I.
knew that there was mold,
They must have, yeah.
and they were like, "Let's send these kids to school."
Let's
yeah,
get
they must have
them
known.
sick.
Sickos.
I know.
Let's get them
But
sick and
that's a
twisted.
lawsuit.
But I was
half.
thinking
Yeah.
about, why did I think that was the case? And I was like, when you're a kid, and let's say,
Your mom probably said,
well, yeah. Well, and like,
Damn it,
you're
Mom.
a kid, and your dad will say, "Oh, I met Stevie Wonder," and so then you want to go tell all your friends that your dad's really cool. So you say, "My dad's friends with Stevie Wonder."
right.
So you really embellish every
It's
story.
a
And I
domino
think
effect. or
I think
snowball
over
effect.
time, like I kept telling myself that story, like, "Oh, they built that new school for you,"
Right.
but that wasn't the
You know what's
case. I just wanted to
crazy?
feel special.
about that
You
is
are.
Lindsay was just telling me
Thank you.
that when you have a memory like that, what you remember of that memory is the last time you remembered it.
Oh, wow.
Let that marinate for a second. So
Okay.
if you like went sledding as a kid and you ran into a dog or something,
Mhm.
you have that memory, but the next time you remember it, you're like, oh, I think I like hit this dog, or maybe it was a kid, and then it starts to change, and then what you
Yeah.
think of it is that last memory you had of it, which is
Okay.
crazy. You're not thinking of like the memory you had. Like my earliest memory is like taking my training wheels off when I was 3 and like riding a bike.
Okay.
So what you're
Who
saying
knew?
is lie to yourself, because then the story could be cooler
Your
when you're
story gets
older.
a lot better. No.
Or you're going into like the
But-
storage unit and like reproducing this memory. You're trying to
Right.
make it better than it actually was.
Right. Or
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know, I have memories that like I swear might not be my memories, and maybe it's like a twin telepathy thing. My brother's 8 years older than me, but like we
Oh,
like,
the twin thing is real.
randomly will just like say the same thing.
Mm.
Like one day, like that song "Sitting on the Dock." Like
Oh, yeah.
one day we just started singing that like completely out of the blue. Hadn't heard on the radio. He hadn't heard it on the radio. We just like have that like brotherly thing. And like you have an older brother,
Interesting.
so I don't know if you ever have it with him, but
Yeah, I mean,
we're also really similar. I know you're a little bit different than your brother.
for us, we really bonded over GTA San Andreas. That was our
Hey.
thing, or like Vice City.
That was an
you know
awesome-
what I mean?
Dude, the new
So-
GTA.
Yeah.
GTA 6.
What they spend over $1 billion on
Yeah,
it,
it's
and it's
apparently
gonna
it's
cost
gonna be like
$150.
but like you said, I'm gonna buy
Dude,
it.
I'm buying it.
And it's
GTA
in
5?
your college home ground, stomping grounds, college stomping grounds. It's gonna
Where
be
w-
Florida.
Oh, it's gonna be
Oh,
Florida.
Yeah, it's all Florida.
Man, I'll probably recognize it. Well, the Vice
Yeah.
City version was in Miami.
So it's a it's a Vice City
Oh no
like,
way!
rendition.
I
I'm
mean,
sure.
LA GTA 5.
Yeah.
That
like I
was-
remember,
yeah, that's
I
LA.
can like visualize most of that stuff in that game. It's like,
Yeah.
I know what that is. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I went to LA once
like, the
and I was
pier.
like, "Holy crap, this is GTA 5."
And it's
Yeah, like
Vinewood
like,
instead of Hollywood, which is it's cool
Santa
though. 'Cause
Monica.
oh yeah, and Santa Monica it was something like,
I forget what
I
it was.
forget the
but
name.
It's identical. It's a
Oh,
big
yeah.
pier with like the
except not as busy.
Ferris wheel or whatever.
You can run down. There's like 30 people there, but you go in person. There's like 500 million
Oh
people. Yeah.
we went.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Us,
We rode the roller coaster.
Me and Alex and my brother and our significant others did a trip out to California for 8 or 9 days or something.
Yeah, it was
And
nice.
we
It was
we
nice.
spent a while up in Dana Point, like right next to San Clemente where I lived. Like got to show them around there. We did a LA day. We did the Hollywood sign. We hiked that. Well, most of us did.
Most of us.
And then
Pardon me. I need to try and get these out.
that's fine. It's not working.
Here, go for it again.
I know. I was just thinking, am I gonna pour my high midnight into this chocolate?
Might have
since I
to.
said-
Yeah. Wasn't the best presentation. I'm sorry, everyone.
Yeah, dude,
Tastes great.
fire.
Oh, the chocolate chips. Yeah. I know.
And I went to get the chocolate.
Doesn't get.
I might just be drinking my cup
Yeah.
after this.
Yeah.
The reason why I did that too, I didn't have actual coffee beans.
It's not like you eat the coffee beans.
I know.
No.
Next.
It's
So
just decorated.
I'm gonna start
I like the
surprising
chocolate
us.
chips 'cause you can eat them.
You do.
Exactly.
Yeah, that can be another like roll thing, like another like topping or something.
Well, chocolate has a little
feel
caffeine
like-
in it too. So like
an
you're getting a
actual-
little
natural
boost there.
sweets, Yeah.
Yeah. What's that you got there? Is that the guava?
The guava.
Guava
Go-
flavor.
Yeah, I just got
Guava.
this like pool pack. It's got kiwi, peach, guava, and lime, and the kiwi is really good. The peach
Mm.
is also really good.
The
I haven't
peach is
tried-
amazing.
Obviously, lime is like a comeback or a.
Yeah.
So what we're saying is, get it, buy it, purchase it,
It's
give
good.
them your
Dude,
business.
hey,
I could live off.
High
of it,
Yeah, I
noon,
know.
honestly.
They're
High
really good.
noons have absolutely exploded. When I was in
I know.
Columbus, most of the bars we went to, they were out of them.
Wow.
you know. So
well,
like
the whole thing was like seltzers, but it was malted. And like I've said this to this day, malted beverages and then actual vodka, there's such a difference, and it's such a cleaner, crisper
It's
taste.
good.
Yeah.
I like it a
Malted
lot.
beverages like the original White Claws before they started doing this, I don't know. It's like I don't know. I just wasn't as great. This is awesome.
and those are 4.5%. You can
Yeah.
drink those all day.
Yeah.
And
You drink like what 7 in 5 hours.
yeah, that's what I did in Columbus.
says
We
it
went
on
to
the
this
back.
one bar, and I just kept getting the peach flavor.
Yeah.
And
I thought you said you had pineapple.
well, so on Saturday I had
Yeah, crack that
pineapples
thing.
like crazy. I don't even remember how many I had because
love
we
the
were
pineapple.
outside of the
Pineapple's
OSU
great.
stadium at this place called Varsity Club, and they had the high noon pineapples, but at a certain point they ran out, and I was like, you know, I'm kind of
Whatever.
glad they ran out because I was so sick of the flavor.
Okay.
And so the next day I was like, I can't have another pineapple, or you know, something's gonna
Not a
come out
pineapple,
this
but
way.
here's some ASMR for you. Not
What's-
pineapple, but guava. Ready?
Guava.
Everybody.
Ooh, that's done of freedom.
That sounded like a guava.
Alex, so you were in
A guava
you were in
bunch.
Ohio.
A guava bean? Is that what it is?
Alex and I, we actually ended up going
Fruit,
to
yeah, fruit.
our wives were at a baby shower for another friend of ours, and so we actually ended up going to Treehouse Brewery on Saturday.
Oh my god.
Triage. Where is that?
Treehouse
Oh, I think you
in
said triage.
in
That's cool though
Tewksbury.
too.
Oh, okay.
It was awesome, dude. It was really so they bought an old country club and like renovated. I don't even think they renovated it. They just moved in as a
Yeah.
brewery, and it's like gorgeous inside.
Dang.
And they have, like,
Unbelievable.
it's beautiful outside too. It's really nice.
Yeah, a 9-hole course,
Yeah,
and
so
the
they
owner I
like,
think lives on the property,
yeah,
right?
they lease
Huh.
they lease.
Wonder if
Treehouse
it's
leases
Troll
it.
Brook.
No,
No?
it's not. I don't think so.
What, the golf
'Cause I-
course?
No, I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about. I know because I know Trollbrook's in
Tewksbury.
Tewksbury.
Yeah.
It's Trollbrook and
Troll-
Trollbrook a 9-hole course?
I thought so.
It might be.
Yeah, I
It
think
might
it
be
is.
that, but they basically leased the building from the country club.
Mm.
They basically said, you know, we don't need. It's a huge building. It's probably like 3,500 square feet. It's a big or more. It's massive.
For all of you beer lovers, you know me. Craft beer,
IPA.
breweries, dude. This Treehouse is like one of the biggest names out there.
It was very good.
Very good, like top quality taste. Then you got like foam, and you got the breweries in Vermont. Obviously, you can't beat that either. But Treehouse is in like the Worcester area. I don't know exactly what town, but it's like going to a Woodstock.
Have you been there?
No,
I've seen like videos. It has like
It's like in
a
the woods, I
mile
think.
long like driveway.
Yeah.
It's like way out.
Yeah.
in the
Oh, wow.
boonies.
it's like you're going to a
But
Woodstock
that's awesome.
festival.
I
Oh yeah,
love that.
people are out there waiting hour, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, just waiting in line.
Yeah.
And just like the original in Tewksbury, it's three limit pour. So you get tickets, you get a wristband. You can only have 3, but
It was funny
Yeah.
though. So I asked the guy. I said, you know, why is there a 3 beer limit? I was like,
Oh,
is it,
yeah.
you know, just for like turnaround or something? Because that's what Alex had suggested. He's like,
Yeah.
it's probably because like they want to get people in and out of there, like get more people. But he said he's like, oh yeah, it's 3 because a lot of our beers are over 8%. I'm like, okay, that's cool. We go in and it's like there's like 3 TV screens
Right.
with their beer list,
Mm.
and it's like 5%, 4.5%, 6%. I'm like, this guy is a liar.
what?
It changes to the next menu, and it's like 3 or 4 screens full of 8+%
We're like,
beers. I'm
oh,
like,
okay.
oh,
Sorry, dude.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
their popular beers, the 8 and that.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you go in there and you have 3
There's a
8+
lot.
percenters, and you're feeling good. So
Yeah,
they
oh,
want to.
yeah.
They don't want to like
The-
obviously send people home hammered.
No. And you can easily
Beat the system.
beat the system. That's all I'll say. But you know, I'm sure it happens all the time. But after
They gave
my
us a
first
wristband,
one,
and like like the sticky part, it's white.
Mm.
They mark an X every time you go up for a beer, and then you give them like you can get 3 tickets,
right,
and you give them a ticket each time,
Wow.
and then mark it.
right?
And once you're at 3, then they do a
But,
cross
like,
line through
I,
it.
like I was driving, so I didn't want to like have more than I think I bought 3 and I gave one to Lindsay because the girls showed up after the baby shower,
Mm.
so I gave her one, and I was like, I mean, even if she came in and bought 3, she could give them to people.
I mean, 8%. Like
Dude,
we were
that's a
talking
lot.
last podcast about
Yeah.
the 8% we were drinking, and
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know, those hit hard.
They do. They have a triple IPA that was the best one out of the 3 I had.
I didn't try it, but
I know.
you and other
And
people,
J-Sack,
yeah,
buddy J-Sack.
multiple people were saying it was really, really good.
Oh yeah,
Didn't him and Ashley both get it?
yeah, and they were like,
Yeah.
"This is delicious. It does not taste like a triple IPA
Yeah.
I
or
don't
an
think I've ever
8%.
had a triple IPA.
It's not
awesome.
like triple the alcohol percent, like whereas a double IPA kind of is. A triple is still in that like 8 to 9 too.
Okay,
even
That's
yeah.
how
Like
it's
a
brewed.
boom sauce is like a double IPA.
It's a museum.
So like it's probably
museum. Yeah, from Lord Hobo. Museum is triple IPA.
okay.
It's how it's brewed.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not like
yeah.
triple
Yeah.
the alcohol content, but it's still like
Right.
obviously like escalated. Like it's probably 8 to 11% range.
If you do it
Dang.
right,
That's a lot.
and it's very smooth.
Remember we used to go to the Tap and we get
Oh,
Solar
man.
Plexus, their double IPA.
Yeah.
that
What's the
was
Tap?
a really
That was
Tap's a
good.
brewery in Haverhill.
In Haverhill,
Yeah.
okay.
That was a good double IPA, and that was like, I think it was like 9% or something like that. And like they could sell you like a 4-pack to like bring home, and we would.
Right.
Dude, those things would get you off your rock.
Oh yeah,
those are fun.
and they were delicious. Like
they were
very
really
good.
That was the best part.
I know. Remember the sour one?
We should go there.
Yeah, let's.
Okay.
We
We
should.
should go they still have Deck Juice.
Oh,
on their
yeah,
menu,
yeah.
which is a pretty good one.
They had a sour one. I'm not kidding you. Like I think a couple of us just tried it. Straight up feet and cheese.
Really?
That it smelled like.
Oh wow.
And
how did it taste though? Was it
I
like feet
feel
and
like
juice?
I feel like it tasted exactly how it smelled.
It got in your
Interesting.
head.
I
for
can't
sure.
I can't remember though, but I remember like yeah we got the sour because at the time I was like really into sours and I'm like yeah I want to try it out and I was like it came up to my nose like not even that close like about here and all of a sudden I'm like what the hell I'm like dude this smells straight up like cheese feet like what
That's
is this
disgusting.
Cheese feet.
Yeah.
cheese feet dude gross.
Wow.
They have
I
some good
mean
ones,
they
though.
don't have it anymore so I'm
You know what's a good place
Yeah.
for sours is Smutty Nose. They
Oh,
have
yeah.
pretty, those are the ones that don't like hurt my stomach or anything because
That's cool.
I don't know, they don't sour your stomach.
They got the Hampton water, so you're used to it.
Yeah, the Hampton water, it's blessed by the surf
It's
gods.
not
you
it's
know?
no Flint, Michigan,
So
but
it's not so I will say they are delicious they're very good very refreshing
Smutty?
easy to drink yeah smutty.
Yeah.
But I'm not the type of person who's gonna order 4 or 5 if I'm doing like a flight. I'm not gonna get
Oh,
the
yeah.
same exact style, just different flavor. Because in the end, it's like okay, blueberry, cherry,
that's another
pineapple.
thing. Is like I'm not a big stout guy. I'm not a big lager guy. Like I
Yeah.
like the New England IPAs. Those are really good. Like,
Yeah.
like Whirlpool by Night Shift is fire. And then the
Mm.
one that what was the one we had at
Oh,
Treehouse?
um,
Do you remember? It was some-
Julius. Did you get
yeah,
Julius?
No, it was.
Okay.
I forget what it was, but I like that.
There was
style
Juice
beer.
Machine. Yeah, you know what?
Maybe
I
that's
got
what
you
it is,
into
something like that.
Widowmaker's Honey Maker.
Oh my
Remember those?
God. Yeah, I
Honey Maker.
remember
You would
those.
love it. You would love it.
Is it a sour?
He's
No,
I
it's an
came over-
IPA.
I came over one day and
Yeah.
he's like, "You gotta try this beer," and I'm like, "All right." I think it was still in the Andover house.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah,
we were
it's
at
a
your
long
condo
time
in
ago.
Andover, a couple years ago, and he pours me this beer, and I'm like, "This is really good."
To the
Like,
point where he's the
point where I called him probably 3 or 4
Yeah.
times at different liquor stores, like over the next year. I'm like, "Yo, what's the name of that beer? I can never remember it." Like I'm at like some like craft brewery or craft brew like shop,
yeah.
and they have like all these local stuff, all this local stuff, and I was like, I need to get that. And dude,
For
you should get-
tradition, I'm gonna
you
get
should
a
get it again.
4-pack. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get a 4-pack, and we'll all have it.
It's really good. It tastes just like a honeycomb.
Yeah, it's like it's got like a
delicious.
nice honey flavor to it. It's very
It's
smooth,
smooth,
and it's
yeah,
like
that
a
was it.
7%, 7.5%.
Yeah, that was a great beer.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you come
great.
across a beer that's just different.
the
You know
best.
what I mean? It just
The
hits
best.
different.
Yeah.
Um,
Did you go to any like not breweries? I didn't expect, but anywhere where they had beers out in Ohio?
I mean,
They have beer in Ohio?
do they have beer?
Any
Yeah, we went
any?
to-
Did you have any beers
This,
worth
this
noting?
actually,
That's what I should
I
say.
did want to mention this.
Okay.
So we went to
They restrict beers.
Buffalo Wild Wings, right in the heart
Oh,
of
yeah.
Columbus, like right outside the OSU
Boo.
campus, and like
So many beers though.
Not a big fan of B-dubs.
it's so
Yeah.
it's funny. Like when we went to the bar, it smelled like poop. I just kept saying it smells like armpits and poop, and and I was like, maybe it's this guy next to me. Like he kind of looked sweaty, like he just got out of the gym or something. But
Seems like
he
just
got up
out
and
of
left. It
somewhere
wasn't
else.
him, and I was like, man, like it
Step in
just
dog crap or something?
no. I didn't step in poopy. You know, it smelled like a human that just hadn't
So it was
showered in a
him.
while.
It was him.
No, it wasn't because he left and the smell lingered.
Oh,
It just
okay.
stayed there for the whole
So
time.
it was just rank.
And yeah, pretty much. And so this was the observation I made. I was like, there's just some places that you go to where it just smells, And I went to the bathroom and
Ohio.
it was one of those bathrooms. No, I really liked Ohio,
Get
but
off the planes.
Jersey. Yeah.
no, but I went to the bathroom and that's where I was like, yeah, maybe this place just stinks because it was one of those bathrooms where you go in and you go to the bathroom and then you say to yourself, you look around and you're like, if I wash my hands right now, I'll be dirtier than when I came
Dude,
in. Have you ever
that's
been to places like that?
100%.
Yeah.
I had to pee really bad the other day at Target, And I was like, this is a gross stink. Like, if I wash my hands are gonna be dirtier. I know exactly
Exactly.
what you're talking
And
about.
so like I would just, and I kept having to, go pee because we were drinking a lot, and I just didn't do it. I didn't wash my hands because it looked like somebody, like smeared poop on the soap dispenser, and like
let's be honest. Like,
Be-
not to be gross,
yeah.
but like, we're guys.
Yeah.
You flop it out. You do your business. You
Right.
flop, like, you're
Yeah.
not like we're not touching
Flopping
anything.
and
we're not,
hopping.
Yeah.
We're not getting dirty down there.
No.
It's like,
Yeah.
if anything, I'm
Guys got our
blessing
backs.
myself.
and they had one of those doors where like you could put your foot on like a spiky thing and
Right.
and open it for yourself. So I
Right.
was like, I'm not washing my
And-
hands
dude.
because I'm just gonna pee like this,
That's the thing.
and then I'm just gonna go back to where I was.
I get stuff is flying in the air, but most like at airports and stuff, there's no doors. You walk in, it's all open,
Yeah.
and everything's automatic. And like you said, flop it, pocket it, get out.
Mm.
Put it back in the holster and get out of there because, it's you.
A lot of people touch those and like they touch
mean,
it
if you touch
before
it-
they're dirty.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
that's- or before they wash up, obviously.
And they even
funny
say the
how-
automatic. Sorry, go ahead.
It's funny how you mentioned like airport bathrooms,
Right,
because
they're gigantic.
I knew I was gonna be late for our dinner Monday night, and my flight got pushed, and I was gonna be
I
late.
heard you got pushed like a
Okay.
few times.
Yeah, so I was supposed to get into Manchester at 3:00,
Okay.
and then they
Oh,
just
this is coming
rebooked
home?
me. Yeah, this
I
is
thought it was
coming
going
home.
out there. You got delayed a few
both
times.
both times.
Well, that's because
And
you flew
so-
out of Manch.
Yeah, and so on my flight to Manchester, it got rebooked, and I wasn't gonna get in until 6. And so I was like, crap, my facial hair was longer than it's ever been, and I was like, I need a shave. And so I go to the bathroom.
Like a terrorist.
And yeah, pretty much. And so all the bathrooms are taken up. Finally, a guy comes out, and I'm like, perfect. This is my opportunity to go shave in the toilet. So I go in there. It
You're
reeks.
sick.
Yeah. I'm sick. And
In
so
the stall.
in the stall,
But no
I
one can
just
see what
I
you're
pull out
doing.
my electric razor,
Oh, you're
and
just
you
like
can
running
probably
this
see I
thing.
missed some spots. Like
No.
I haven't perfected it since because this was yesterday. And so I go in the stall and I just shave, and there's hair everywhere. I didn't even care, but it smelled like poop because the guy before me definitely took a dump.
That's
Dude,
And so
brutal.
yeah,
that is wild to me. I mean, I can see you doing it at the sink, but all I'm thinking about now is the guy next to you or someone going in next to you. They sit down, and all of a sudden, they'll be
And
like,
you see
yeah.
like hair
"The hell
falling.
kind of weird shit is this guy into?"
and I kept thinking that because it was pretty loud. I was like, dang, the people next to
I
me
mean,
can definitely hear me.
That's pretty funny.
But I tried to clean up all the
That's
hair
awesome.
as much as I could, but there was still a bunch. And the guy, like, as soon as I opened the door, there was a person coming right in because
Okay.
it was, busy.
there's a line.
And
It's like a
You did-
space station.
Honestly, it probably wouldn't have been that weird if you're just like in the mirror shaving. They'd be like, "Oh, this guy, he's shaving."
oh
yeah,
Otherwise, they're like,
Oh,
"This guy's in the stall."
I've seen the
shaving God knows
leftovers.
what."
I've seen the leftovers. It's gross. It's just like, wow, some curly cues in here, in the sink. It's disgusting, dude.
yeah, they were
It's-
definitely like very short though, because
Well,
it
even
takes me a couple
I
weeks.
yeah, I know.
You keep it short.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like
guess.
a once a
Same.
week guy, and this
Yeah.
is like as long as it gets. Then like tonight or tomorrow, it's gone.
yeah,
Mm.
same.
I gotta start fixing that though. If we're gonna do this on Tuesdays, I can't look homeless every day.
Yeah, no, I buzzed just because sometimes it. So like I'm going to Vegas, which I want to talk about, but
Vegas, baby.
hell yeah, but I wanted to shave tomorrow because I like to give myself like a day or two before I do something because I
Same.
feel like I look best when it's like the shadow is starting to show.
Dude, same with my hair.
Yeah.
Like I got my hair cut 10 days before the wedding because I knew like
Damn.
I like it after a week and a half ish of it growing back.
Okay, yeah.
But-
So I got a haircut yesterday, and
Fire.
yeah,
Looks great.
thank you.
It does
thank you,
look great.
Thank you, Ramon. Shout out to Ramon. Ramon's
Ramon.
Razors. Go see him. He's in.
I don't have $60 to spend on a haircut.
Listen. So it used to be. It used. So well, that's
The
with tip.
rubbing,
That's
you know.
with tip. Yeah, yeah.
You get what you pay for.
He's the man, dude. He is the man. Nicest guy ever. I've been going
Yeah.
to him for 7 years
Is
or
he
something.
in
Okay,
Andover
yeah.
or Wilmington or
So
something?
so he used to be
North
in.
Reading?
I met him when I first moved back from New York in Danvers. My mom actually was like, "Why don't you try this place?" And I was like, "Ugh," because I could never find a person after the guy I was seeing in New York.
That was like me. I had this woman in San Diego that cut my hair, Jolena,
Oh,
and she
Jolene.
he massaged my scalp like.
so it was a salon.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was actually like a Fantastic Sam's.
Oh,
And then
okay.
she
okay.
and a couple other actually opened up a salon. I went to her, blah blah. But anyways,
Well, so and nothing against salons and women, girls
Sure.
trying to cut the hair, but I have been so specific, and maybe I just haven't found the right one. But
Yeah.
so many times, and there wasn't that many times, but I did go to a couple salons throughout my life, and they never do it. Like I say what
Yeah.
I want, and it's like
You got to go to a
I say
barber.
3.5 or 4, and it's literally buzzed, like completely to the skin, to the scalp, and I'm like, what the hell? Like I looked like a Q-tip.
You got
I
to
looked
go
like
to
a
a barber,
Q-tip. I
man. My
know.
mom owns a salon.
Oh, okay.
And she
okay.
says, like, you're probably better off going to a
It's
barber
not for
if you
guys.
want, like, a...
I've been going to this barber, my guy Carlos, for like 3.5 years, and
Nice.
and ironically enough, he was in California the week before my wedding, so I had to have. There's another barber there that my brother goes to, Richie. I had to have him cut my hair, and honestly, like, he did a good job, but I'm just like so used to what Carlos does that like it comes out the same every time. Probably the same with you. Like
I dripped.
you and I are pretty particular about our hair. I think I don't know if you are or not, but
Super
like-
particular. That's one thing. Yeah, you
he
are.
has
Hell
to do
yeah.
it exactly
We're all
the
the same.
like every time. Like I like it.
Yeah.
And like I said, like I know he's gonna cut it short, and I
Right.
know it like after a week or week and a half, it kind of grows in like the normal length and looks a little bit more natural.
Right.
So like I know what to expect with him, and maybe
Same.
that's what it is.
Oh yeah. I mean, like I
don't
said, it's
the
like
surprise
7.
of like going to someone random or like a new
I
person.
hate
or
it.
something.
I'll never do it. And like he's the type of guy that'll come to your house or meet you late, and you'll just throw him
Yeah.
a couple
So
extra bucks.
My guy actually owns the shop.
Okay.
He's like 31 or 2, I think. I talked to him about this last week, but he opened the shop like 5 years ago as like a mid to late 20s business owner, and like
Nice.
he must have been cutting hair before that because like they got it down, and it's
awesome.
cool. It's it's in Haverhill. They get their I forget what that style of music's called, but
Yeah. So the guy I've been seeing, Ramon, I've been seeing him for like 7+ years, and it's awesome because you walk right in, and I'm like, "What's up?" You hugging, kissing. I'm just kidding. High fiving, and then just smooching. I would smooch him. He's awesome. And then when I sit down, it's like the usual. I'm like, "Yep," and it just boom, it just starts, and we're just chatting. Like I never have to
That's the
tell him
best
what.
part, like,
I love that.
I mean,
love that.
I don't know. I try to go when I'm like in the summer. I cut my hair probably every 3 or 4 weeks. In the
Okay.
winter, I don't cut it. I grow it out usually.
Okay.
But it's nice when you go enough that like you're going twice, 2 or 3 times a month, or probably twice a month, right?
Right.
They get the hang of it. You walk in, he's like, "You want the same as your last time?" I'm like, "Yep." Just has 2 on the sides, hard up to here, fades over here, and there's a little off the top. It's not that hard.
No,
He does it exactly how I want it, and
it's not
It's
that
definitely-
hard, but it's hard to master. And the fade and like the blend is so important because if you just go up 2, and then your hair is long, you need it to like it's like 2, but then right about here it's like just a bit fade just to get it.
Right.
but that's good.
For years, I did my hair myself,
Oh, okay. Use
and
a
it,
buzzer.
and it wasn't good.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, once I started seeing Abby, she was like, "Man, you just like,
Can you not cut your own hair?
I did.
please?
Yeah, it
I
was
did
bad.
ROTC for like a year and a half in college, and there's this one guy that cut everyone's hair, and it was awesome.
oh,
We
that,
just
dude,
go in
that's
the
perfect.
bathroom
Yeah,
and,
it's like free haircuts.
Do a little bit exactly. And now my brother-in-law does it. I don't go to him, but I'm sure he'd do a good job. I should have gone to him before the wedding.
Yeah, I mean, every time you go, it's like $20. In your case, 60, right?
So it's like
I
that. So it
mean,
used to be 40, and I only give him $10 tip. Then with everything going on, he changes prices to 50.
dang,
That's like my barber, dude. It used to be 20, now it's
Yeah.
30.
Yeah.
really
It's
okay.
like, so I have to give him like $35 after tip.
Yeah. Not that most guys care, I feel like, but he does, he washes your hair, so it's like shampoo, conditioner, which, I mean, it's fine, but he washes all the hair, but then he also does a hot neck shave. He'll
oh,
clean
that's
up,
the
he'll
best.
clean the sides.
My guy uses like the flat, or what's it called, the straight razor.
Oh,
on,
yep, yeah.
on this
Straight blade.
and all around here.
Yeah,
because,
same.
Like, that's like what
Same.
they do in there.
He trims the
But-
eyebrows if like you have a couple like hairs. Again,
Dude,
some
when I went-
people
the guy
Yeah.
the guy the week before mine that did mine, Mike's barber, he's like, "You want your eyebrows done?" I was like, "No, does it look like I've ever had my eyebrows done?" Like, what?
Yeah, you could get one of those stripes put through it.
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
think
my
if
God.
you've killed someone, you get one of those.
ridiculous.
It's like a teardrop, but like in the eyebrow.
So how many have you had?
7.
Nice.
7 high noons and 5 hours.
7 flies I've killed.
Nice.
So
Those
I need
friggin'
7
flies.
So
teardrops.
you're moving soon, like in a couple weeks. Are you
Yeah,
excited?
First of all,
very.
you're an engaged man. You're getting married, so congrats on that.
Thank you.
And yeah, what like Matt said, you're moving.
Yeah, big move.
I'm
I mean,
moving.
Lindsay and I did the same thing.
Yeah.
We renovated all last summer. We moved in almost just over a year ago now,
Mhm.
and then we got married 3 months ago. So like You're right, on
Yeah.
the same, right on track.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
moving like literally 200 yards down the street
That's
to
great.
another
though.
place
That's
that
great.
we're renting for a little bit, fully furnished. It's this nice old Italian couple. They're in their 80s.
And your place
You
is
know.
furnished, right? You sold it furnished. So,
I
like, you
sold
don't have
it
to worry
partially
about-
furnished.
So all you have to do is like move your clothes and your belongings.
Yeah, my belongings.
That shouldn't be hard. And I know I
No.
joked about like not being around, but if you need help, let me know.
Oh yeah, of course.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Alex will be in Taiwan. Or
Luckily,
something,
these people like I
It's this
bought
weekend, right?
no, it's the same day that you start work, right? 25th.
Oh, the
you're moving?
25th, right?
the 25th. Yeah,
That's like I know.
Luckily, so I bought this mattress that was vacuum sealed, and so
Oh,
when I
yeah.
put it up in the loft, you just kind of rip the thing open and it does its thing.
Now it's
but you
open.
can't get it out.
Like
No.
a Tulo
Like
or
a
whatever. I got
ghost
one of those.
purple.
Yeah.
When I moved into my Andover house, I
Well, mine was from like Bob's, I think. Bob's
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Furniture. And
Yeah.
so it came vacuum sealed, and I had to like get it up there, but it can't come out now. It can't.
because it comes like rolled up, right?
Yeah, it comes rolled
that's what
up,
mine did.
and the way my loft is set up, you can't fit a mattress through. How you get it up there.
What if you move the ladder? No,
No, you can't. You just there is no
that has to
chance.
stay there.
It has to stay there,
unless
but
you like cut it open or something.
pretty
cut it in
much,
half.
yeah. You'd have to cut it in
That's
half with
pretty
like a
funny.
chainsaw
Yeah.
to get it out. And so when these people said like, we want to keep the bed up there, I was like, thank the
Yeah,
Lord,
that's awesome.
because that would have been I would have broken like a bunch of stuff trying to
Yeah.
get it out.
Yeah,
Pushing out the
that's great
window.
though. I'm stoked that you sold it because
Yeah.
you were asking high. It was on the market for like what, a month before this now.
Yeah, roughly. But
And that's
here's
not
the
bad,
thing.
honestly, in
No.
today's world.
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it right now, but because I'm not sure. But basically, we had an inspection done. A lot of stuff wrong with it,
Mm.
and so they terminated the deal.
Oh damn.
And then a couple days later, which was like Saturday, my aunt called me and was like, "Hey, they want to make you a deal, but it's not what it originally was."
They take
So-
off all the the price to fix this, and this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I lost like
No
30
inspection
30
stuff.
grand off the purchase price. But it's okay because being in a cottage
You
where
still made a ton of
Oh,
money
yeah.
in that place.
yeah, I still
Great
made
You
a
investment.
bought
ton
it
of
for
money.
dirt
Yeah.
cheap.
Yeah, for 100,000.
That's crazy. And it's
So-
what, 600 square feet, 700 square feet.
380 square feet.
My
That's-
house is only 1,000 square feet, and you make mine look big.
I know it was tough to live in there for a while, but the way I look at it is it paid me to live there.
Right.
Anytime you
Yeah,
rent, you're paying to live there.
Right.
And you
But-
made money on it. That's
Yeah,
the best
even
part.
if you make 10 grand on a place, you live there for free for
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole time.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna get into a place with your fiance, and that'll be awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll look for a house. Hopefully there'll
Awesome.
be something on
Hopefully
the
the
market.
market-
Dude, the market. I was reading stuff. It's
insane.
gonna be. It could go up to almost 8%, or it could go up to 8%
Old mortgage
for
rates.
mortgage.
I thought it already was. They're like
It's at like seven.
It's like
and a
7
quarter, I
something.
think.
It's just
I know,
going
yeah.
up. I mean,
It's awful.
It's scary.
That's okay. I mean, that will give people the opportunity to get in,
Right.
eventually,
Right.
because they're gonna have to raise interest rates, higher. I think,
Yeah.
but
you stoked? You stoked for the new place?
Yeah.
I'm very excited. Fully furnished.
It's always fun. Like moving sucks.
I know.
It sucks.
It
like we
does.
moved Alex here. Alex helped me move to my house. It's like it's just a pain. You gotta find a place for everything. You gotta like.
Going
obviously pack
going
it.
from
In
a
my case-
condo to a house though is great because there's such little stuff.
I went
now,
from a basement to a house, but I still like don't. You have a basement. like,
It's
I don't even
okay.
have a basement.
Yeah, that is true. This place doesn't have a basement either, so we
Yeah.
can't bring a lot. But as long as I have my ice bath, I'm good,
Your
man.
Rubbermaid tub.
I'm gonna put it
I
outside.
love
and,
that.
It's a great way to start the day.
I got a fun quiz for you to kind of end us off here.
Okay.
Not a quiz, but trivia, I guess. So did you know? Because you went there, Ohio, they have the largest basket.
That's what you're looking at.
Yes. Oh yeah. I was like, what are we doing? Yeah. When I was like, let me grab your phone, because I know you went there. I was like, I want to look up something really weird, because you went to Ohio. Apparently they have the biggest basket in I'm assuming the country, maybe the world, and it's like 7 stories high. It's like an actual building.
It's a market basket? Or
No,
like-
just an actual basket, like a woven basket.
Oh, how did they?
I don't know, they built it, but
Interesting.
it's a building and it's 7 stories.
That's cool.
What?
So I thought that was
People do the
interesting.
craziest stuff.
I know,
with, like,
because there's like the
architecture.
giant, the largest boot. There's like the largest slice of cheese, all over.
What does New Hampshire have? What's their largest thing? Like
I don't know.
They had the man in the mountain. All right.
Right.
Oh,
right.
the
Oh
yeah, the
it
face.
collapsed. Or well, not collapsed, but it like a bunch
Bunch
of
like 15 years ago. Dude.
a lot
Isn't
of
crazy.
that is wow. Yeah.
Like maybe even more. We were little. I was little. I mean, I know you guys are a couple years older than me, but we
Yeah.
were little. for
Wow.
sure.
Man on the
I remember
mountain.
seeing it.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it when I was a
Yeah.
little kid, and then
Yeah, I
I
went a
remember
couple
that
times.
one day they're like, yeah, just it collapsed. I think it actually killed one person, which is insane.
Wow.
But
Man.
I don't know. I mean, it's the White Mountains. You know, we got some mountains, some ski slopes, and there's Franconia Notch is beautiful. There's the Kangamangas Highway.
Yeah, there's
There's some.
what's
there's
that
some stuff
hotel up
there.
Oh,
there?
yeah.
The Mount Washington
Oh,
Hotel.
yeah.
There's
Oh,
a
yeah,
restaurant in
yeah.
there called the Stickney Restaurant.
That's
Is it really?
hilarious.
Yeah, and it's like, see, I don't want to start telling stories that aren't true again.
Right.
But apparently, this person's related to us, like very distant
I
relative.
mean, how many? I've never met another Stickney in my life.
So the guy's name was Joseph Stickney, and he
Uncle
designed
Joe.
he designed the Mount Washington Hotel.
That's cool.
And I don't know if I'm related to him or not. Probably because it's a Stickney name, and that's kind of rare in this area.
Right.
But apparently his, wife, who obviously passed away a long time ago, haunts one of the rooms there. So
It's a
who
cool
knows?
place. I
Check
mean,
it out.
my,
there's
my
Check it
great
out.
grandma,
I know you and I are in like
Ooh.
southern New Hampshire, but like there's some really beautiful spots up there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Especially in the fall, you go
Yeah.
up there, do some apple
We
picking.
did
Prime.
a ride. My brother and I and our friend Tom. We did a ride on the Kank. We just
Nice.
we went, which is like 100 miles I think or something.
Yeah, it's
pretty
very
long.
long.
It's and it's like windy through the mountains. It connects kind of like the two big highways in New Hampshire. But we
Mhm.
did that in the fall and it was really cool. We actually lucked out. It was chilly, but like not too cold. Like we're riding in like freezing, but like enough to kind of keep the population control down. So
Right,
there wasn't
right.
a ton of people. We didn't have much traffic, and then we got to stop at all the stops and like take a look and take pictures and stuff.
We're
But
talking like a motorcycle right now, like
Yep.
a bicycle.
yeah, motorcycles.
Okay, yeah. Because I was gonna say if you bike that, that'd be
Yeah,
Pretty
I'm sure
crazy.
people
A
do
lot.
it. Not me. I
No.
can't-
yeah.
I don't
if you
even
have
go
a motorbike.
upstairs.
Yeah, I like the twisting action, not like the pedaling.
Right.
Yeah.
Crank
They'll do it.
pedal.
Yeah.
But did you you said you were going to Vegas next week? Did you have something on that? Or?
Yeah. So I'm going to Vegas this weekend.
So we went almost a year ago.
It's
Actually, it
basically
probably
a year
was
ago.
About a year ago.
It's a year
for your
ago.
bachelor party because you were getting married in the fall, which ended up switching to the spring.
Right. So I had for people who don't know, I had brain surgery. I had to postpone my wedding, and it was right after my bachelor party, and we went to Vegas, and we're going a week before we went last year. So basically,
hot.
it's basically the
it's,
same.
you
Yeah,
know,
it's gonna
what,
be like
it's
90.
September now, right?
It's
Yeah.
gonna be like
Really?
98 degrees.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But then it's like 70s
dry.
at night. But it's
Yeah,
dry.
it's dry.
It's dry.
Yeah.
It's hot. The sun's up, but yeah. But I guess F1 they're going to be doing the race.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
So I thought it was just going to be a track, like a circular
Remember-
track.
Weren't they like building it last?
Yeah,
year?
it's finished.
They were doing something
And the
with
sphere
it
is finished too.
last year. Yeah, the
Yeah.
sphere looks cool.
It is.
So you're going to the race or something?
No, that's in November. Thank
Oh, okay.
God.
Oh,
But
yeah.
like
It would be
traffic
packed there.
traffic right now apparently is like insane.
Dang.
It's taking you it's taking Ubers like 2 hours to get to you.
wow.
A 10-minute drive is like an hour
In
drive.
Vegas?
Luckily,
That's
luckily, like
surprising.
the most of Vegas is like walkable.
It
Like, where
is.
we stayed, we walked everywhere. We only Ubered up to Old Vegas, which was really cool. by
Yeah,
the way.
yeah, we're gonna
Oh,
go
yeah.
back.
What was that casino we went to? Where they had like
I forget
it's,
the
like,
name of it.
famous for having like over 100 TV screens.
It was
like,
awesome.
on one wall.
It was like a movie theater seating.
Like, I want to say Oasis or something, but that's not it.
I know.
You remember?
It's a good club.
Yeah, it was.
Well, so you're saying in the link, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's a good spot to be.
It
in.
is.
I feel like
I'm
you're
diagonal from where we were. So we had our
Okay.
own like batch pad basically.
nice.
Which was attached to the Cosmo.
yeah.
So I'm like diagonal.
Mm.
That was fun,
Cosmo's
though.
got a good casino.
No,
I
it
can't
was
wait.
Great.
Pretty
So like we'd walk downstairs to that basically, and it was awesome.
It
Mm.
was great. So I'll have a lot to talk about next week
Yeah.
with you guys.
You're going Thursday to Sunday,
Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
Nice. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, it's good. And it's just my wife and I, and I mean, it was awesome. It was
Yeah.
awesome. We went ATVing and stuff. You totally would have been there if I didn't meet you only 3-4 months ago, which
That
is
would've been
crazy.
sweet.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
yeah.
ATVing.
It would be awesome.
It
It would
was
have been
really
awesome.
cool. We actually drove Vegas,
Arizona.
and Nevada. So
Went
yeah,
to
we crossed the
Arizona,
line
which was
into
crazy.
Arizona. It was like an hour drive.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah,
our
it's not that
guide?
far.
That guy.
We had the craziest guide. He's like, I killed a bobcat with my gun. So don't like act up on the tour. We're like, okay, buddy. And
Yeah,
then
what
like
was he gonna
as
do?
like the drive home and like while we're out there, like the story kept changing. He's like, yeah, I was like 30 feet away from it. And he's like, yeah, I was 10 feet away from it, and I killed it. And people are like, with what kind? Like people are starting to question.
Yeah,
him,
like, what
kind of
bullets were
gun-
you using?
Yeah,
Like,
what kind
what
of gun? did you, like,
rounds? Yeah.
Asked him about his equipment and stuff.
How are you loading it? And he was like, oh, getting all choked up. He's like, don't mess with me.
So, the guy that we had when we went ATVing at your bachelor party, he just kept changing the story, and like you could tell. Like, remember, first of all, he was like an hour late. We sat on the curb in
God.
front of this business for like almost an hour,
Oh my god.
and he's like, "Yeah, we're stuck in traffic." Like,
This
Who
little
knows?
like mini mart, like a
And they're
7-Eleven, but
dude,
like
it was kind of weird. Yeah.
yeah.
It was a weird meetup place, but this guy shows up. He's like, all right, like he calls all our names. We get in the van. We drive like an hour with like, I don't know. There's how many of us? 10?
10, 11 of us.
And then there's
Yeah.
a couple of other like randos that were in the tour too.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
fun. It was a lot of fun, but like,
It was definitely cool. It took up the whole day though. So once we
Yeah.
got back,
yeah,
We didn't have
kinda-
much
We were also
else
in the
to do.
sun all day.
Oh,
and, like, kind
man.
of beat. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, but
it was.
yeah, he was a character. And,
Yeah.
and he's a salesman. He's trying to get tips and stuff, so he's
Right.
like making up the craziest shit. But
It's crazy. It was a year ago. So
I know.
my surgery was a year ago. The bachelor party was a year ago, and I'm going back. So I'll definitely tell you all about it, what we did. And
Here's to your health, though, man. I'm
Yeah,
glad the
man.
brain surgery went well.
Thank you.
You
I'm
know, you
definitely
seem
glad
good to me.
hear.
So
Yeah, all things considered.
Yeah.
So
but that'll be fun. Have fun, man.
thank you. Thanks a
And,
lot.
It's cool. Like, people have asked me, like, would you go back? And like, honestly, like when we were there, it's like a 3-day town. Like maybe like 4.
You don't sleep. You don't
It's
sleep.
it's just it's a lot.
there's a
But
lot
to
to
go back
do.
with your wife and like kind of maybe take it a little bit slower, like do different things.
Oh, yeah.
it'll be fun.
I'll talk. I'll definitely talk about it on the next pod.
And it's
But
obviously different. Like we had, like you said, a lot of people.
right,
Like
Mm.
I don't know, 7, 8.
we're
9,
seeing
10
Cirque du
bucks.
Soleil.
That's gonna be sick.
Yeah, and we're seeing this like magician. It's called the Magician's Library or Study, the Magician's Study, and you don't know until the day, or Derek or Doug.
No, I was just thinking about what Panji
Okay.
did to us.
Yeah, I know.
Panji, like,
Yeah.
he like booked a show but didn't tell us. He's like, this is what it costs and this is what it is. And we're thinking like he booked a comedy show, and it's like this like dark light show. If that makes it, like it's dark there, but like these guys have like lights down their arms and legs, and,
Like
they just,
Stick
do
Man,
this
Stick
crazy-
Man.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was really cool, but it was not what we were
It said
expecting.
comedy in the description, but it wasn't stand-up comedy.
wasn't funny.
Yeah, but
It was cool.
it'll
That'll be
it'll
fun,
be
man.
awesome. So I'll talk all
Definitely gotta go
about
back
that.
to Old Vegas.
Oh, we're going to. We're going to.
The name of that casino is like on the tip of my tongue. We ziplined across Old Vegas, and where you get off is where this like casino.
It's like
is.
Superman. So
Yeah,
like
it's-
you're
it's
like
really
flying.
cool.
Maybe it
through.
was the Pawn Star shop
maybe.
because that's in old.
Oh
North
yeah,
Vegas
yeah.
or
It's
whatever.
like Fremont Street is where it is.
It's cool.
But all right. So another successful night.
Yeah.
Let's cheers it off. Say goodnight.
a high 2 o'clock.
Yeah. Don't forget, shake it up. Peace.